What up, what up? What's happening, y'all? One more little video before I get up in here. Hold on. We're going to call this video the number one reason why the narcissist hates you. Because a lot of y'all be wondering, what did I do? Not saying you innocent, but you like, how can that person hate me and they rejected me, or they cheated on me, or they did this, or they did that? They was trying to play me. So how the hell do they hate me when they was basically the one who was doing me dirty? The reason why the narcissist hates you, the number one reason why, is it's like the end of every Scooby-Doo episode. You know when they pull that thing off and Mr. Peter or whatever, Mr. Shelby or whatever, because they hate you once you discard them, because they know that you know who they are. Sometimes they still could hate you even if you didn't discard them, but that's a different topic. I don't know if I could tap into that. I'd have to think about that one. But I do know this: when you discard them, I know the number one reason why they hate you, and it's because you know who they are. You know who they are as a person, man. You know how they move, and you know they plotting and planning and things like that. So if I was trying to plot on you, if I was a narcissistic person, I was trying to plot. In other words, I'm only fucking with you to get what I can get out of it, and you know, just get what I can get out of it, and you caught me and discarded me, I'm going to hate you for that, because I feel like I've given you all this stuff to get something back, and then you cut me off from that. You know, they're mad because they didn't want to give you what they given you to get back what they wanted from you. They didn't want to give you nothing, to be honest. You know, that's one way why they hate you. Think about it. Think about a woman giving you sex, right? Think about a narcissistic female giving you sex to get what she wants out of you, but then you catch on and realize that she's just here for the gain, and she's only giving you sex because of that and shit. She's not gonna like you. She's gonna hate you. She really didn't want to really give you sex anyway. Or it could be a dude trying to give you money, or, you know, take you out, buy you gifts or whatever, and you still don't give him no play. He's not going to like you. He's going to hate you for that, because he didn't get nothing back. He didn't even want to really do it in the first place. You know how people take you out to dinner and, oh, she ain't fucking, well, she can pay for this. She going to pay half her bill. You know what I mean? That type shit. So one way is because they're putting effort into you, but they really don't want to put no effort at all. They just want the benefits. Another way is because once you pull that Scooby-Doo mask off, you know, you reveal who they are, and every time they see you, it reminds them that you know. That you know, and then they got it's like a reflection in their face every time they see you. Like, damn, he knows that I sucked old dudes private, you know what I mean, behind his back. Or she knows I played her for the other girl, man. So every time they see you, that's going to come in their mind. They know it. They're never going to forget it. Every time they see you, they're going to remember, damn, I played that person. And they got to live with that. Especially if they was somebody who fucked up and fumbled you. You know what I mean? And they really regret it. And they feel like it, because fumbling somebody is all subjective. But let's just say they really feel like they fucked up. They gotta, every time they see you, it's gonna remind them of who they are, what they did. Because maybe they changed and maybe they're a better person, but they still not going to like you. Even if they become a better person, they still see you. They're really not. Even if they don't dislike you, they're going to be uneased around you. They're not going to want to be around you because it reminds them of what they did to you, and it reflects in their face, man. It reflects in their face, man. Imagine doing something, God forbid, but imagine you, let's just say this, I'm going to get cutthroat with this shit. Imagine you kill somebody, imagine you Tupac and Juice. Is that Juice? Yeah, and Juice. Even though he didn't give a damn, but just imagine you killed somebody's kid, the mom. Every time you see that mom, that's going to reflect in your face, man. No way around it. But then again, saying somebody got killed is a bad example because, in a way, it's not. But what I'm trying to get across is I want to get across the person you did wrong, you see them. So if you kill them, then you're not going to see the person you did wrong. You'll see the mom, though. I guess you could still say that's kind of the same thing. But when they see you, it reminds them of what they did, man. It reminds them who they are. A lot of them just ain't good people. So if she's a hoe or something, or he's a hoe, a 304, when they see you, that's going to remind them, man, because they know what they did to you, and then they got to reflect of who they really are every time. Every time. And some of y'all are dodging the bullet, and God sees your potential of you becoming a great person, so God protects you. And another way that they hate you is because they see you doing good, and it reminds them of them being a failure. It reminds them of their failures. So if you're doing better than a narcissist, or if they didn't break you, this is why they try to break you a lot of times, by the way, because they don't want you to do better. They want to finish the job, basically. You know what I mean? And finishing a job is finishing a job is you never getting over them and completely destroying you. That's finishing a job. They don't want you to get over them either. It's another thing they don't want. They don't want you to get over them. So this is why they keep coming back to y'all shit. You got kids by some of these people. He don't want you to move on. She don't want you to move on. So they're going to fake love you to keep people from liking you and this and that. You know what I mean? But ultimately, they hate you because you remind them of what they did to you, which ultimately reminds them of who they really are. You know what I mean? Or who they really aren't, because you could be doing better than a narcissistic person, and that's going to remind them. Or you could just simply remind them of what they lost. So you were something good, they fumbled, they got to remember that. Especially if they didn't find no better supplies than you. You know what I mean? A lot of times what happens is you'll have somebody who will give somebody the world and they fumble the person, and they could keep looking from to the end of the earth, from here to the end of the earth, and they don't find it because, karma, you never know how karma gonna come. And when they see you, it reminds them of that. Remember I said earlier, you're the one that got cheated on, or you're the one that got done wrong, so why are they mad at you? You should be mad at them. It should be, but they're mad at you because it reminds them of who they really are, man. They have to sit in that reality, of what they did and who they are, plain and simple, man. What they did and who they are. No way around this shit. Kind of like, let's say you used to do coke or pills or some shit, and you quit, but you see it, you're going to feel a certain way about that. You're not going to be, it's going to make you feel a certain way. You're not going to want to be around it. You know what I mean? You're not going to want to look at it. This is what I mean by this. This is what I mean by this. This is why they hate you. So really, don't get mad or don't worry about their validation, because really their validation is going to be fake anyway if they ever come back. You know what I mean? Unless they wasn't a narcissistic person and they hurt you. And, that's possible. There are people who hurt you and feel sorry and will never do it again type shit. But those aren't narcissistic people. Those are probably just people who just made a mistake. Narcissistic people know exactly what they're doing, dog. This is what y'all gotta understand. They plotting this shit. This ain't no accident. This is plotting. I'm gonna buy him this and this, and hopefully he does this. Or I'm gonna buy her this and this, and hopefully she does that. You know, it's all plot. That's what y'all not getting. It's all plot. So there's a difference between making a mistake and plotting. Just like if somebody plotted cheating. Actually, you pretty much would have to plot cheating, because ain't nobody gonna go from being okay in a relationship, then boom, the next day, oh shit, I fucked somebody. Nah, it don't work that way, man. Come on, man. It just don't work that way. It's something that's been building up. You know what I'm saying? Narcissistic people will be already planning to leave you and shit. Bottom line, people, man, they got to deal with, you give them that feeling of, you know, guilt and shame. Whether it be from not being successful, whether it be from doing you dirty, whether it be just self-reflection, it doesn't matter. You give them that shame, especially if you was good to them. Now, I know there's some heartless people out here. Who don't give a fuck, right? And you thinking, well, they don't give a fuck. Because I already made a video on that. The narcissistic person don't give a fuck. But they still human beings. They still have feelings. They might not give a fuck, but you still gonna remind them of what they did. You still reminding them of who they are. So when they see you, they're not gonna like you. Just like when a hater see you and you doing better than them, you remind them of who they are, their failures. They're not gonna like it. You could call them haters, narcissistic people, whatever you want, selfish people, whatever. You can label them whatever you want, but it's all the same thing. It all goes back to the spirit of self-reflection and people not liking that. I even had an ex tell me in a long-term relationship that the reason why she left mainly is because she couldn't forgive herself for things that she did behind my back. The main reason why she left me, she said, is because she couldn't forgive herself for things that she done behind my back. Now, she could probably forgive herself, like in just life in general, but with me, she can't, because she has to see me every day. That's going to remind her of that shit that she does every day. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's say she left me, then she might be cool. But when she sees me, she gonna hate it. Or she might just start to hate me because she dealt with me in the first place. She might start blaming me. Like, it's your fault, you approached me or some shit like this. That's what they do too. I got a baby by you, and I got to go to child support shit because of you. I should have never fucked with you. But really, it's them who chose to do it. But the title is why they hate you. They hate you because they fucked with you. You see what I'm saying? They fucked with you, you had a kid or whatever the case may be. It might not even be a kid. It could be just heartbreak. It could be just the fact that they fucked with you and it didn't work out. The fact of the matter is, you remind them of something that they don't want to deal with, and that's why they don't like you. Or the results that came from it. That's why they don't like you. You see what I'm saying? There's many reasons why. I named them all, y'all. So I'm gonna get in this gym, man, and I hope y'all have some clarity on what the real reason why narcissistic people, or people who done you wrong, you ain't even gotta call them narcissists, people who done you wrong are mad at you. Or people who didn't do you wrong, they just haters. Why they mad at you? Because it's the same thing. Everything I basically said, besides the fact that you're in a relationship with them or whatever, everything I basically said can apply to a hater or a narcissistic person. But the thing they have in common is they don't like you. So whoever don't like you, this applies to them. It applies to them why they don't like you. It's self-reflection 9 times out of 10. Now, if you did them dirty, I can see why somebody don't like you, right? But we talking about narcissistic people. And a person who is a narcissist, right, hates people that they did wrong. A person that's not a narcissistic person, that's not a narcissistic person, is not going to hate you if they did you wrong. If anything, they're going to feel bad about it and things like that. You know, they're not going to hate you for it. They're going to be like, damn, I fucked up. I feel bad. They're going to feel bad still, but in a different type of way, not in a hatred way, in a shameful way, even though the narcissistic person gets to feel shame too. So that's all I got for y'all for now, man. Don't worry about it, man. They mad because you exposed them. You pulled the Scooby-Doo mask off. You know what I mean? You pulled the Scooby-Doo mask off, and they know that you know. You know what I mean? So you could be in a room full of people, and these other people don't know who they are, but they know who you are, and that makes them uneasy, and that makes them not like you because you know who they are. You know what I mean? Which ultimately makes them self-reflect when they see you. Period, man. They know who you are, or you know who they are. Bottom line. Whether, you know, they just simply not gonna like you because they can't get over on you, or they can't get over you on you. They can't wear their mask. It just makes them feel uneasy and uncomfortable and resent you in certain ways. That's it for now, man. Y'all stay up, man. And remember what I said about the last video. Use your brain, man. Everything is here. It's all here, y'all. Once you tap into this, you're unstoppable. Unstoppable. But you gotta use this. This is the ultimate weapon. This is probably the closest thing to us being God that there is. A lot of people say money. No. It's this. It's that mind. It's that mind. And I didn't say we are God. We're really nowhere near God. I said the closest thing that we could possibly be to God is our mind, because that ultimately covers everything in life. When it comes to decisions, whatever we do, ultimately, it's all in the mind. And things we face in life, it's all in the mind. You know, so just imagine when you see somebody and then it starts making them feel a certain way in their mind. Like, damn, I did them wrong. I don't want them to see me. They know who I really am. Think about it. If you know who somebody really is, and then you walk in the room, or you know, and then, you walk in the room and you know who they really are, it's just going to make them feel a certain way because they know you know. At the end of the day, they know you know. Or they didn't get to make you another victim. That's another thing. They didn't get to make you another victim, but they probably poured into you some type of way. You know, because they got to a certain extent. If you're a person that know your worth, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something. So that's another thing. Or it could be just simply because you know who they are, you left them alone, and now they feel unwanted. Because remember, they're entitled to everything. They feel entitled to every freaking thing. Doesn't matter what it is, you know. Some of them going to come back in your life just to get that validation, then roll back out of your life. So, yeah, I'm out of here for now, man. Y'all stay up, man.